technology is in a transition. The best way to view this is to pull out your smartphone, the center of our digital life. We have social media apps to communicate with friends, news apps to keep us up to date, even order a pizza or a taxi. When we open these apps, we don't worry about them being down. They just work. This is changing our employees' expectation of IT. Companies who implement their business apps in the same way that we use our personal apps see 20% higher productivity, 10% higher customer satisfaction, 21% higher profitability, 5 times revenue growth. This is the digital workspace. Let's look at some challenges. Users have multiple devices, desktops in the office, laptops, phones, when they're mobile. Mobile and remote workers are now equal to our traditional workforce. Employees can work from 4 different locations throughout the day. We've implemented cloud, such as software as a service. Normally just not one SaaS app, which is great because it can work on any location and on any device. But it adds complexity. Our data becomes distributed throughout many different clouds. Users have to navigate multiple URLs and login requirements just to send an attachment on an email. Our employees look for their own solutions, most of the time finding unsanctioned file shares to accomplish this task. Creating a solution like this reduces the user experience, increases our business risks, overall IT complexity to go up. Let's create a more unified approach to device management. Not only do our users have different devices, but they have different operating systems. It is possible to provide a single window to any device, where users can access applications, whether they're homegrown, SaaS app, email, and files, with a click of a button, with an easy user interface which is similar to the consumer applications they use today, all which can be managed by IT, whether it is a company-owned device or an employee-owned device. It can help IT manage software licenses, bring old computers back to life, provide low alternative laptops and desktops. Where we used to spend large dollars, now we can spend just a few hundred, while having full management over everything, saving us time and money. To do this right, we need to be able to enforce security. We can encrypt and enforce policies on all corporate files, manage who can have access to those files, as well as how long they can have access to those sensitive documents, while providing an audit trail throughout, allowing employees to securely share large files, protect client and business information, and meet regulatory compliance. We can also meet the increasing demand for security with behavioral-based analytics. People are very routine, typically using the same device, accessing the same applications, working from the same locations, and consuming the same amount of data throughout the day. Using machine learning, we can track normal user behavior, whether that's on encrypted or unencrypted networks, on-premise or in the public cloud. Once we've determined the user's normal behavior, we can start to identify rogue or malicious users, such as deviation in application use, device, location, and data consumption. Furthermore, we can tie a user risk score to that abnormal behavior, which allows us to take specific actions, such as enabling multi-factor authentication, restrict access to a certain application and files, or even block the user entirely. This kind of analytic-based security solution is a valuable tool to mitigate internal threats, external attacks, or other data extraction activities, which is otherwise hard to deal with using traditional methods. We must extend security to the network. Even when we're on a public network, we can enforce corporate policies. Not only to homegrown applications, but SaaS applications, devices, and data. Set policies on what the user can access based off a location, device, and other contents. This will allow us to provide the best balance between user experience and security. Simply get work done anywhere. Cloud technology has changed the way that we consume corporate IT. With disaster recovery as a service, we can implement a business continuity plan and a disaster recovery plan that allows uptime for our business critical applications, availability for our data and for our resources, while providing the same seamless user experience during any failure. Best of all, we can use pay-as-we-go, skipping the large capital expenditures for the secondary data center. Infrastructure as a service allows us to ship our capital costs to operational costs, freeing up money to innovate. To stay competitive, we need to move quickly, and IT projects can take time. Cloud can give us the time to value we've never seen before. Using pay-as-we-go and the elasticity of the cloud, we can save money. There's no reason to oversize our equipment anymore. We can break down the cost based off of hours and how many users are logged in, fluctuating with our peak times. Software as a service, we touched on this a few times. Let's make SaaS app have a native feel and gain control. This solution doesn't have to be all in one. EDCI can help with cloud solutions, network solutions, application, desktop delivery, security solutions. All you have to do is pick the app.